What's going on, guys? So today I wanted to talk to you guys about digital mockups and how I've used digital mockups for my website to help us take our brand from zero to over $1 million. No, I'm no expert in the apparel industry, but I have learned a lot. And one of the things that I want to do with this channel is kind of help those who are wanting to grow their clothing brand, or wanting to, at least just learn a little bit more before they take that leap, or somebody who's maybe already been in it and just didn't know about this. Anytime I can help somebody, that's a big win to me. So today I want to kind of just run through, where I found my mock-ups, why I chose that particular mock-ups, the pros and cons of it, of using mock-ups, but also kind of show you how to create an actual digital mock-up that is ready to go on your website. So, without further ado, let's dive in. Alright, so this is the first time I'm actually using the screen recorder on on my computer. So the audio quality may be a little bit different from the camera, but we're going to keep moving on. So as I was talking about with the mock-ups, you can go to a bunch of different styles, of using mock-ups and things like that. And as you can see, I never even knew how to do a screen record. But guys, if you didn't know, you have a Windows, it's right here. Key, Alt, and R. So we're going to exit out of that. But I'm going to get back to the the easiest way to do this. When you are doing a mock-up, you can easily just type in mockups in Google, just like I have right here. Mockups logo, images, free logos, and you could be that turd to kind of steal things, which I would not advise. Just don't be that guy. But you go to Creative Market, there's Place It, and there's Etsy. If you want to mockups from Etsy, you just type in, Etsy mockups, and you have a bunch of different styles. It depends on kind of what you're looking at to do for your brand. A lot of boutiques do use this type of stuff. These are actually really good if you are doing more of a boutique style, because somebody's already gone through and they've placed everything here. Yeah, granted, it is through Photoshop, but it's the fact they went ahead and did the work. And for 99 cents, that's not a big deal. The reason why I don't like these style mock-ups is because you can't change the colors and make them very fluid. So if you want a different color mock-up, you'd have to pay for a different mock-up from this person or somebody else on Etsy. So therefore, I do not recommend Etsy. And I guess before I really need to move forward, I'm not getting paid by anybody to say this. I'm just trying to share my knowledge and my experience with you guys, so y'all can actually have, continue to do better with your brand. As I was mentioning before, the goal is to always do better. But my favorite mock-ups that I use for my brand, as you can see right here, this is Coastland Apparel. This is my brand. If you go, we got our homepage here. We do have a couple lifestyle photos, and we don't do mock-ups on our hats for obvious reasons. But these are the mock-ups that we use. We have this is probably one of our most popular tees right here, but as you can see, whenever you scroll over it, the mock-ups actually look really good. If you look right here, you can see there's a little bit of wrinkles in here. The shading is proper. There's not, anything, they're not flat lay. And I don't like flat lay personally. I like the more 3D style, as you can see right here. When you zoom in, you can see that it does have that neckline, the wrinkles. I mean, it looks like it's just been hung up on a mannequin, which is what you want. And then obviously, making sure you have the proper placement, which I'll go over that in just a second, with your logos, if you're doing a chest logo or if you're doing a back logo, because you don't want to make them too small. You don't want to make them crooked or anything like that. So in order to get the mock-ups that we use for our brand, we actually use a Apparel, or the Vector Lab. I'm sorry, we use the Vector Lab. So we'll go back home. I'll kind of show you how to get to it. The Vector Lab is actually really, really cool for all of startup companies, especially if you're an apparel company. They have really neat logos. You can buy a bunch of different logo makers. You can buy t-shirt bundles. really just anything you need to start. They have, as you can see right here, the photography textures. You can't see it, but I just pointed at the camera or the computer. They have halftone processors for Photoshop and Affinity, which is really good. They have, you can get your Pantones copies so you can send to your screen printers, or if you're screen printing yourself, it's a lot easier to tell. There's so many different styles with this brand, um, or with this company, that you can use to really separate your brand and your mock-ups from everybody else's. Um, so if you go to shop right here, then you can go to the apparel mock-up bundles, and there's a mannequin by style, and there's the flat lay. When they did their flat lays, they actually did them really, really well. But again, I don't love flat lay. But let's go ahead and just check out the bundles. So with the bundles here, as you can see, it's normally $261. Right now it's marked down to $119. And this is everything that it includes. You get your short sleeves, your V-necks, your tank tops, long sleeves, sweaters, zip-up hoodies, your polos, raglans, and your regular long sleeves. These are, this is really, really good. Really, it's really all you need. I noticed that this one doesn't actually have the zip-up hoodies, or that they have the regular pullover hoodies, but you can click right here, and this one, this is more actually built for more for women. So as you can see, it's more women's style tees and whatnot. So, and then this is the Easy Mockup Variety Collection, this is the one that I actually downloaded for myself. As you can see, the price is a lot better. It's $89, or if you wanted to pay for interest-free payments at $22.25, I don't ever advise doing that. Just pay for it outright. But I'm gonna click on the Zoom. So you got your t-shirts, you got your women's t-shirts, you got your raglans, again, more women's tees, you got your pullover hoodies, you got your zip-up hoodies right here. You got your polos, more zip-up hoodies. You have literally everything that you need to really get the mock-up started for your clothing brand. So go to vectorlab.com, hit shop, and then you can just kind of scroll through everything they have, all the different bundles. Coastal bundle, which is funny because my brand is Coastland Apparel. And this is why I do get a crack up out of this. So Coastland Apparel, my name and my logo are both trademarked, have been for a while. And if you go into shop and go to their coastal bundle, look at this, coastline. I mean, that's pretty similar, but it ain't no big deal. They have some dope designs. We don't use their designs, but we do love their styles of the stuff that they have. So it's not that we don't copy them, but we do get a lot of our creative vision off of what they do as far as the bright colors and whatnot for our design. So, so whenever you open up, or after you've downloaded the bundle pack from Vector Lab and you open it up into Photoshop, this is what your t-shirt mock-up will look like. Pretty much just going to go over the t-shirts right now instead of the hoodies and the long sleeve shirts and polos, because they all work pretty much the exact same. But what you'll have is, it's a standard shirt. You'll be able to see the neck tag logo, your front graphic, and over here in the layers section, you'll see a front view, side view, and back view plus the background color. In this situation, you don't need the background color. If you were changing the background color, to stay specific with your website, it's super easy to change. You just select what kind of color you want. Make sure the layer is highlighted, and then click the background. So, but in this case, we're not even going to worry about that. So, if you click the right arrow on front view and it comes down, you'll see a number of different layers underneath front view. You'll have the fabric shading layer, pocket, neck label, the artwork, the heather layer, if you're doing a shirt that is a heather texture or like a CVC style shirt, then as well as the color layer. So, to play around with this, you kind of just press the eyeball. You'll be able to see on and off how things just kind of go away. And you see how if I press the shading button, all that good detail in the 3D mock-up, that, the thing that actually makes it, that goes away. If you had a shirt with a pocket, you can do that. And then as well, there's layers underneath that pocket, so you can change the color or put a specific design on it, or, whatever you wanted to do. And then same thing with the neck label, just like the pocket. It's got another arrow. It's got a couple different layers to choose from, so you can just add whatever your custom neck label is, and it'll add it on there. Super easy to do. Then you'll have your artwork, which is technically their artwork. Here, you pretty much, whenever you decide your artwork, you just hide their artwork, or you can delete the layer because it's not going to matter too much. Here is the heather layer that I was telling you about. It puts that texture on there, so if you are selling a shirt that is heather or CVC, it will actually look more realistic, and it helps the customers kind of see what they're getting as well. And then you have the last, which is the color layer, and that's just as easy as changing the background. You know, have to rasterize, but you'll select your color layer, and then after you click OK. Sometimes it does it, sometimes it doesn't. Then you really just change the color to whatever you want just by clicking on the shirt. The good thing is, whenever you change the colors, unlike a lot of other mock-ups, the shadows and the shading and everything stays the same. I mean, this to me, in my opinion, this is the most realistic mock-up that there is. So we're gonna go back to the original, and let's see. Now, to hide the front view, you do just like everything else. You click the eyeball, and we'll look at the side view. Side view is the same thing. You know, your fabric, shading, artwork, and then the heather plus the color. And then your back view, the same thing. They're all pretty much the same. You want to kind of work with them together. And then the one tip, though, whenever you are working on a front and a back, as you can see, if we were going to try to make sure that both of the backs and the front and the side is all the same, you would want to be able to open them all up together. So, like, let's say we were going to make an orange shirt. So I'll highlight the front layer, make sure the color layer is highlighted. We'll change the front. But then I'm going to close that layer, and I'm going to open up the back. And you can see the back is technically blue. So if we wanted to just kind of guess, then what it would do is, after we open that layer, you may not get it exactly right, which could mess things up. So as far as for your website or however you're marketing your product. So if you look right here, there's two different ones. So the best way to do that is to make sure that you have the same thing highlighted. You have them both open, and then all you got to do is still select the back layer, hit color layer, and then color it, and they'll be the exact same. You're good to go. So super simple to make sure all that make sure everything is fluid. But for this instance, we're just going to do a front graphic design, just kind of show you how to get those on. I've already opened up one of our designs. I'm going to take the neck label off, and I want to change the shirt to a black. We're going to hide their artwork as well. So I want to change the shirt to a black, because this specific artwork will go on a black shirt. But if you look right here, how I've got the black pretty much low. If you click that low, you're not going to be able to see those shadows just because it's too dark. So you'll want to kind of play with it until you find the right color. So right about here will be a good black. You can still see the wrinkles, the shading, still see the neck, the collar, everything like that. And then you take your artwork, after you've opened it up, and then you just drag it over to the tab where your logo or where the mockup is, and then you resize your logo how you feel necessary. What's really cool about this, and a lot of other applications has it, but that pink line right there that you see, that is the dead center for the shirt. So if you go over a little bit, it's a little off, but you just measure until it hits that dead center. If I want to resize a little bit, I do that, and then I'll wait till the pink line comes back up, and I'm there, and then I hit enter. Now, if you wanted to get more of a faded style look, or if it was on a CVC style, you can see since I have this layer behind or underneath the heather layer, it'll sit and have that textured, like, rustic style look. But if I wanted to make it more brighter and keep the CVC style, all you would do is just put it in front of the heather layer. This is the reason why I love this whole entire application that Vector Lab has. It's extremely self-explanatory. It's very, very easy to use. You don't, it's not rocket science. When you decide to change the color or do anything, it's just, a click of a mouse. You don't have to worry about trying to get the texture right, or like, mocking everything up around and making sure you're just coloring the shirt. Everything's already done for you. So again, Vector Lab has not paid me. I'm not affiliated with them in any way, shape, or form. I've just used their products and their mock-ups for our company, and it has absolutely helped us out a ton. If you have any specific questions, then I would love to answer them, and you can always leave a comment below.
All right, so I hope that helps you kind of understand why we decided to use the mock-ups that we did, and how clear and easy using the Vector Lab mock-ups are. So if you are starting a brand, or you have a local boutique shop and you want to sell things online, you can't really get the good solid pictures, or you're wanting to do just print on demand and hire a third-party company, using the Vector Lab mockups is just a solid start and very inexpensive. No, it's not free, but something you got to put a little bit of money into it whenever you're doing this stuff. But other than that, I hope you guys got something out of it. Again, I'm going to start doing some more of these videos to kind of help you guys and help anybody that I can, and answer any questions that I can to just assist you guys in growing, your brand, your company, or just really whatever questions you may have. Again, as you can probably see, I'm still pretty nervous and still trying to get comfortable in front of the camera, but the only way to do it is to do it, and as my favorite saying is do better. I will get better at this, but guys, if you thought this was helpful, leave a comment below. I would love for you guys to ask me any questions, any particular videos that you want to see about my brand, how I've gotten to where how it's gotten to where it is now, whatever questions you guys may have. Also, if you want to check out a little bit more online, you want to go purchase some products, you can click the link below. It is coastlandapparel.com, and don't forget to follow my personal Instagram, which is jpardew34. And obviously the Instagram is Coastland Apparel. Everything is in the link below. Again, I'm not affiliated with Vector Lab at all. I just figured it was a good help for everybody else. So if you have any questions or not, please share, like, subscribe to this video, and I will see you guys on the next one. Thanks.